Witnessing the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Ronald Show, Ronald.
What if the government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening. Hello, America's Got Talent. I am Ronald Farnham, and I am delighted to be on America's Got Talent so that I can show the world and the people of America that our country does have talent. I have talent. I've been a government intelligence analyst for years. I've played college NCAA Division I sports. I have been a commercial spokesperson, published a book, a couple of books, a few books, written screenplays and published them. And I've learned the art of visualization, and I realized that through application and being an example of what our human potential is, that I can come onto America's Got Talent and show you that I focused on becoming a world champion, a world record holder with the plunger throw. And so I started focusing on that, and now I'm going to break the world record. That's the goal. I want to start breaking world records, one after another, because I believe that we do have talent, and I want to be an example of how every human being, if they focus on something good, then they can make a positive influence and have a positive effect on the world. And so now this is my chance to do it. I'm going to throw these plungers as more than just throwing plungers. It's an example of human potential and that America's got talent. I've been in the military. I served our country and was a government intelligence analyst, wrote threat assessments, worked in different places all over the world, different headquarters commands. I've been a world champion in baseball. I have done all kinds of things in my life, and from a Renaissance man perspective, I want to say that I look at this as kind of a Leonardo da Vinci type of a thing. There were 7 things that Leonardo da Vinci encompassed to make the Renaissance man. And I want to show by example that as human beings, we have the potential to elevate ourselves into a Renaissance life. I think the planet and human beings are going through a change. And that as an example of being a Renaissance man, like one of the traits of the 7 traits of Leonardo da Vinci that made him a Renaissance man was curiosity, being curious, looking outside of yourself for different things. I know it's natural, but it's an insatiable quest and search for life and learning and a curiosity of all things around you. And the second Da Vincian principle, or the second Da Vincian trait, was dimostrazione, which is the practice of demonstrating through practical application and learning by making mistakes. So dimostrazione. The third trait of Leonardo da Vinci that made him a Renaissance man that I take the approach with is sensazione. the commitment to making your senses heightened and more aware, especially sight, so that you can experience life at a heightened sense of awareness, stopping and smelling the roses, looking around, de-stressing, focusing. Einstein, I believe it was, said that genius was merely the ability to focus on one thing for a long period of time. And the fourth Da Vincian principle is fumatu, the willingness to let go of traditional core beliefs, to let your preconceived notions go up in smoke. Fumatu, to embrace ambiguity, thinking outside of the box. Now, the fifth trait of the Da Vincian Renaissance man is arte scienza, the development of balance within yourself between art and science, the blending of the mathematical and the conceptual, what you know are hard mathematical facts combined with your feeling and senses about nature itself. So the blending, the ability to blend that. Number 6 is corporalita, basically the building of flexibility, athleticism, sports, playing sports, athletic. That's what I'm going to display with my plunger throw. Corporalita. And number 7 is connessione, a recognition of the connectedness of all things, a spirituality, so to speak. So I represent that, all of those things I've been practicing 1 through 7. And tonight I'm going to show you number 6, and we will see if I can break the world record on America's Got Talent. All right, thank you so much for this, America's Got Talent. I appreciate this opportunity to give America a sense of pride in the knowledge that we do, all of us, if we focus and envision our ultimate goal, then we do have talent. America's Got Talent.
Come dance with me. Yeah, move your feet. Move your feet.
People in the back, get 'em up. One time for the people in the back, get 'em up.
Okay.
Get light up. Represent, had to do it, hella big, had to run it back again. Light it up.
Got it. I don't flex, I'm success. I don't flex, I'm success. I don't flex, I'm success. Effortless, see I got it. I don't flex, I'm success. I don't flex, I'm success. I don't flex, I'm success. Effortless, see I.
Everyone considered him the coward of the county. He never stood one single time to prove the county wrong. His mama named him Tommy, but the folks just called him Yellow. But something always told me they were reading Tommy wrong. He was only 10 years old when his daddy died in prison. I looked after Tommy, cause he was my brother's son. I still recall the final words brother said to Tommy. Son, my life is over, but yours has just begun. Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can. It won't be your weak if you turn the other cheek. I hope you're old enough to understand. Son, you don't have to fight to be a man. There's someone for everyone, and Tommy's love was Becky. In her arms, he didn't have to prove he was a man. One day while he was working, the Gatlin boys came calling. They took turns at Becky, and there were three of them. Tommy opened up the door and saw his Becky crying. The torn dress, the shattered look was more than he could stand. He reached above the fireplace and took down his daddy's picture. As his tears fell on his daddy's face, he heard these words again. Promise your son not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can. Now it won't mean you're weak if you turn the other cheek. I hope you're old enough to understand. Son, you don't have to fight to be a man. The Gatlin boys just laughed at him when he walked into the ballroom. One of them got up and met him halfway across the floor. When Tommy turned around, they said, "Hey, look, old Yeller's leaving." But you could have heard a pin drop when Tommy stopped and locked the door. 20 years of crawling were bottled up inside him. He wasn't holding nothing back, he let him have it all. When Tommy left the barroom, not a Gatlin boy was standing. He said, "This one's for Becky," as he watched the last one fall. And I heard him say, "I promised you, Dad, not to do the things you've done. I'll walk away from trouble when I can. Now please don't think I'm weak, I didn't turn the other cheek. And Papa, I sure hope you understand. Sometimes you gotta fight when you're a man." Everyone considered him the coward of the county.
All right, thank you, Ronald.
Hello, America's Got Talent. Thank you so much, judges, for judging me and having me on America's Got Talent to show America that we do have talent. I want to be an inspiration to all people who can learn from me that if you focus on something, you can become good at it. It doesn't matter what it is. You've all got talent. That is really why I came out here, was to inspire people and myself. I've learned to do a lot of things. I can sing, riding on the city of New Orleans. I can sing a tune, I can play the drums, I can play the guitar, I can write songs. I've learned to do a lot of different things in my life, and so I decided to do one thing very good, and everybody could do one thing very good. It might just be loving each other. Who knows, if I can inspire the planet just to focus on one thing, and it's just to love each other, through my example of throwing plungers, I'll be happy. Really, that's my goal. I write books about that very thing in order to enlighten people to the fact that on this planet, whether it's America or over there, that we all can be whatever we want to be if we set our mind to it. Thank you, America's Got Talent, for helping us to set our mind to excellence. And it's not just about throwing plungers. It's about being an example, a good example of what potential we all have as human beings. All we have to do is envision what we want. I envisioned throwing plungers on America's Got Talent. And ta-da! Thank you, America's Got Talent.
Have you ever wanted to write a book? Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Have you ever wanted to have your great movie idea turned into a screenplay, turned into a movie, turned into a book, and distributed all over the world? Well, now you can learn how to do it with the great new book by Ronald, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of the 3 magic questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Ronald Show. Today is Tuesday, April 23rd, and I'm preparing for America's Got Talent. There's a bunch of plungers right there. I'm cleaning them off, putting them in the bags so I can pack them in my stuff, because I'm going over to pick up Scott Kime from the airport. Got to get all the stuff ready, and then right now I'm just going to take all the tags off, clean up the handles, put them in bags, put them in my laundry, in my suitcase, go to the airport, pick up Scott, and then tomorrow we're going to be at the Pantages Theater for America's Got Talent. Tomorrow morning you can meet the targets and my assistant, and you can meet Scott, and I guess then I'll put the the footage of America's Got Talent. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? I have no idea, but it's going to be fun. All right, peace. Oh, and thanks for watching The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex and teaching you to be a creditor in commerce. Peace. Hey everybody, welcome to The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Look who's here with me from Pennsylvania. We are here in Hollywood, California. See, Scott flew in from Pennsylvania. There's Sunset Boulevard right there, and then right up the way up there is Hollywood Boulevard. But we're about to go to the
how y'all?
The Pantages Theater.
Drinking black coffee.
Yeah. What is it, about 7:30 in the morning? Yeah. 7:47. There's the clock right there. In fact, you just kind of flew in from Pennsylvania. How'd your flight go?
We had a woman who had a cardiac arrest on the flight. There was a doctor in the back of the plane. They actually worked on her right next to me. She was actually clinically dead. Brought her back to life. Put her back up in her seat. She refused to get off the plane, and we landed in Chicago against her will. Pretty much took the flight about an hour and a half off course, but I got here nonetheless about 12:30. Went to the In-N-Out Burger, got the last burger of the night. Talked to Mumbly Miles, he was cool though. And we ate animal fries. Looked like we were going to get mugged when we got here, and we were the last ones to check in. So nice. It's been cool so far. Yeah.
Mumbly Miles. He's going to see that and he's going to be like, hey, that's not cool. We're backlit. I can't even see myself. All right.
We're here, man, and we're going to do the show, and we're going to try and get these meetings done, and we're going to...
Yeah, we're going to be on America's Got Talent today. You're going to be a target. How do you feel about having plungers thrown at you?
I shaved my back. So
you did?
Yeah, they could stick because I have tarantula hair on my back. So I got rid of that. And I guess if I'm wide enough and you don't hit my head, targets will stick.
I'm going to be aiming one side or the other, not the head. So if I do hit you, it's going to be shoulder or lower or butt.
Try not to hit me with the back of the plunger.
You're going to have helmets.
I know.
She's got helmets for
I don't want to stick in my spine.
Oh.
So we'll be all right. We'll do what we have to do. Yeah. Everybody fucked us. The whole thing became a clusterfuck. So we'll do what we have to do. And maybe we'll see Howard, and maybe he'll be in a good mood, maybe he won't. Maybe we'll see Baba Booey, maybe we'll see Ralph Cirillo, maybe we'll see Marianne from Brooklyn. I don't know who's going to be at the show with Howard, if anybody, but, I'm sure Beth O will be there, and everybody from the Howard Stern Show, and we'll see how the audience likes it, and we'll see how Howard likes it. We're going to give him the book. And that's our mission, that's our goal.
Yeah.
If we don't get on America's Got Talent, then we don't get on America's Got Talent. But we got on the stage, we got in front of Howard, and we get the answer, or not, that we've been waiting for 2 years. Did you get the book?
Did you get the book?
And we'll know.
That's all. That's all I care about.
End of story. Done deal.
Even if we get pulled off with a freaking cane by the neck, the long cane, that comes like...
gaff.
And then...
Yeah, the gaff boy.
Yeah.
Get yanked off stage. But you know what? It is what it is. It's cool. We're here.
Yeah, this is your first time in LA, right?
First time in Los Angeles. I've never been this far west. Yeah, so it's cool. It's one more thing off the bucket list,
Hollywood.
I like the palm trees.
And not only is it your first time in Hollywood, but you get to go be right on the main stage, the world famous Pantages Theater.
That's right.
And there's going to be people online waiting to come in and see us do our thing. A lot of people, really.
Yep. It's cool. I'm digging it.
That dude never pulled out the white thing that came up out of the bush that he trimmed. See that little white piece of paper?
Somebody put a cup in there.
Yeah, but it was there while he was trimming it, and he never pulled it out.
And he never raked the leaves out. That's a real horrible job. You should blow it out and then retouch it, and it's really not that tight.
Yeah.
Those junipers look good over there, by the way. They look really good. And for whatever ground cover's growing up those walls, it's pretty nice and trimmed. Doesn't look like ivy. Can't tell what it is from here. It could be euonymus. Probably is euonymus, but it's hard to see. And I'm really disappointed that they really butchered the heck out of those trees. That looks like a pecan tree right there in the middle with the gray bark. And then over there is a desert clustered pine. That's actually also called a bannockberry bush. That's one that I know. I'm not sure what that one is right there. I'm not quite sure. And then there's palm trees around, and they're really cool. They're imports though, but I like them.
Yeah,
There's some yuccas growing along the wall over there, some small dates, and some ground covers. I want to check that. I see a little tiny dwarf bamboo called Nandina domestica, and that's a cool bamboo. We have them up north, but they do better than out west here. I see a couple of those back there behind that wall. That's a nice little specimen.
specimen.
Pretty cool looking. Not bad. Nice view. Nice mountains. Maybe we'll have an earthquake. Who knows? So far, everything else has happened.
Yeah. Right. Cool. Maybe even like a IED will blow up on Hollywood Boulevard.
What if we get, what's the magnitude that really doesn't get much attention? Anything like 4.5? Dude, that motorcycle almost got creamed. That was pretty cool. Look, he's zipping in and out.
Yeah, there's a lot
of. It was landing under a car.
There's a lot of lane splitting by motorcycles here. People. My roommate just got hit by a car on his scooter, his electric scooter, his Zeppino. All right. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching the Ronald Show. As soon as we get the footage from America's Got Talent, of course, that'll go on one of the episodes, and you'll be able to see whatever happened. I don't know what's going to happen today. We got to be there at 10 o'clock, so we got 2 hours and 8 minutes. We're gonna get it cleaned up and go get dressed and have breakfast.
Shave,
all right.
eat some breakfast.
Peace.
Oh shit! I'm not allowed to curse on that, am I?
Yeah, too late. Hey everybody, welcome to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. If you look behind me, that's the Pantages Theater, where Scott and I are going to be on stage soon, appearing before all those people who are waiting online. I don't know if you can see them, but there they are. And they're going to go into the Pantages Theater, and they're going to watch America's Got Talent. See it right there? America's Got Talent, where I will be performing on stage, throwing plungers again. I don't know how this whole plunger thing got started. It was a total accident. I just responded to a Craigslist ad for Guinness, and now it's just turned into, I don't know what. I don't know how this all happened, but here we are, and Scott's here from Pennsylvania, and I'm going to throw plungers at him and a few other people, and then there's going to be some couple models picking them up. All right, well, that's it for now. As soon as the clip of us on stage is released by America's Got Talent, of course, it'll go on the show. All right, thanks for watching. Peace. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as you know the rest. But this is Jason, Jay the Babe.
Yeah.
Jay the Babe. You the lead guitar player in the area?
That's true, that's true.
And they have an awesome hit song called Are You Ready to Rock? And it's going to be hitting the airwaves, I have a feeling, this year, and it's going to be an instant success. How long have you guys been together as a band?
Gee, we've been playing together off and on about probably 12 years.
Really?
Yeah, between jobs and having kids and everything else, you know, fitting it in around the edges of our life.
How long ago did you write Are You Ready to Rock?
Probably about 3 months ago.
Really? You just wrote that song?
Yeah,
How was it written? What happened? Was it just a riff, or?
Usually we start off with a riff, start playing, and then actually we all have vocal parts in songs, so we just start throwing things out, just throwing lyrical ideas out there, and we usually don't write them down to start out with. If it sticks and we remember it, then you'll probably remember it when you hear it.
Right.
And
that's how Are You Ready to Rock was. As soon as I heard it, I was singing along with it. It was weird.
If it doesn't stick, if we don't remember it the next session, you probably won't remember it anyways, and it's probably not worth the time to develop, you know?
Yeah. All right, so why are you here right now today on April 24th, 2013?
America's Got Talent is holding auditions, and we're here working on a little project that some buddies have cooked up.
Yeah.
And,
how do you feel about being a plunger target?
You know, it's not really that much different than my regular life.
There you go. There you go. See, I knew I was picking the right people. It's all about casting the right people for the right part, right?
Right, right.
I appreciate you showing up, bro.
Hey, no problem, anytime.
And we're going right there into the Pantages Theater, where all those people are lined up, and we're going to be on stage, and we'll see how that shit goes down. I don't care what happens. We just want to get in front of the crowd and get some FaceTime on TV and talk about our stuff. Really, I want you guys. I want the area to have an opportunity to, who knows what's going to happen and come of it. But did you bring a demo CD?
No, I have nothing on me.
All right, no big deal. Everything happens for a reason, a good reason, I think.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being on the show and all the best. And we're going to go have fun on stage, right? Break a leg.
Totally.
Smile when we get out there.
Indeed.
All right, thanks for watching. Peace.
Later.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ronald Show. We are still out in front of the Pantages Theater, about to do America's Got Talent. Here's one of my lovely assistants. What's your name?
Dea.
Dea what?
Dea Dibbing.
And you live here in Hollywood?
I live downtown Los Angeles.
Oh, really? How did you wind up finding out about being on America's Got Talent?
Craigslist.
Oh, there's Meg. Oh, look, the producer's calling, but I'm not going to answer that. Yeah, that's right. I put an ad on Craigslist, right, for talent,
Yes.
for plunger models. Oh, there you go. Well, you can't see where you're filming. I'm used to doing it this way. I'm not going to answer Meg's call. It's 10:30, but so. Where did you move from?
I moved from San Francisco.
Oh, really? How long have you been here?
I've been here since right before New Year's, 30th of December.
You just moved here.
Yes.
Wow. How do you like it so far?
It's good. I'm from here, but I was living in Northern California for 2 years.
And you want to be an actress or a model or both or what?
Actually, a model, actress, writer.
Ah, what do you write?
I write screenplays, poetry, short stories, novellas, and playwrights.
You can publish your book. If you take a screenplay, you can turn it into a book. You publish it on Amazon for like nothing. That's what I do with my
You can
screenplay.
actually Kindle.
Kindle. Well, Amazon will do the Kindle, the PDF, and the book.
They'll definitely do everything for it.
And then they give you your own webpage. So you excited about being on America's Got Talent?
I am super excited. I'm excited.
Are you nervous?
No.
Yeah, I'm not nervous either. Are you nervous, cameraman?
Not at all.
We're used to being on set. It's going to be fun. Maybe we'll get 3 big X's from Howard Stern. Howard Stern's going to love Dea anyway. So that's why
I don't know how I got talked into all this.
because we're buddies. All right, well, thanks for watching the Ronald Show, and you'll see the footage of what happens at the Pantages Theater on America's Got Talent. All right, peace.
Bible, it's the word of God. How is that little stupid shit that doesn't matter?
See, there it is again. You want to split hairs.
That's not splitting hairs. That's supposed to be God's law, right? I'm trying to understand it, if that's what it is.
Okay, like I said, the law rests upon these 2 things: honor thy God and honor thy fellow man.
But there's so much more in
honor
there.
thy God and
that's
honor
a
thy fellow
fact.
man.
There's so much
honor
more in the Bible.
It doesn't matter. It's everything's based on those 2
Isn't it the word
things.
of God? You
Are
asked me if I read the Bible,
yeah.
and I have. Believe me, bro.
And you obviously don't understand it. If you don't understand it, comes upon those 2 things: honoring God and honoring fellow man.
Everything else in the book, then sure.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what it actually says in the
Everything
actual
in the book.
not the concept, not one.
Let's see if I can
piece
say
of
it.
the whole
It is. What are you talking about? It says all concepts in the book are based on those principles. So everything else you're talking about is all relating back to those principles: honor God and honor thy fellow man.
Where you at? What's going on?
What else is there?
Huh?
I agree. If the whole planet honored at least each other, we wouldn't have killing in the street.
Absolutely.
All right.
The point was,
well, we just performed on America's Got Talent, and I threw plungers at these dudes. We just had a meal, and now we're gonna go back to the hotel.
Done, sir.
Freeze here.
Thanks, America's Got Talent. That was awesome. I could do that every day. Thanks, Howard, for being kind. And ladies, you were beautiful. All right, peace out.
Yeah, it's
the human race will die.
Oh, really?
The first commandment is to maintain a global population under 500 million. Do you know what that means? It means 6.5 billion people are going to die at the hands of the Illuminati unless we stop the Iranians from detonating that dirty nuclear bomb at the Hollywood and Vine train station. The Iranian suicide bomber cell is located at the Vibe Hotel on Hollywood Boulevard.
This isn't Scooby-Doo.
Little blood drink and turned your stomach?
Guide them through the bomb. What is this? Fucking Batman and Robin?
I had become part of something that I no longer felt right about serving.
It's Hollywood and Vine, not Vine Hollywood. Don't you know anything about American culture? You silly Russian.
The global military-industrial complex.
Leading the charge of the carnal feminine.
Ah, yes. The Messiah.
My book. It's the solution.
How is that the way the world is?
Traitor. Who are you working for?
If I was cartoon character, I'd be Woody Woodpecker.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From the Gulf Stream waters to the New York Island, this land was made for you and me.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Ronald Farnham.
What are you going to be doing for us? It looks like there's going to be a lot of duty on the stage. Is that what's going to be happening?
No, it's throwing plungers.
You're going to throw these plungers and...
make them stick to people. I've been working at this really hard, practicing for the past...
Is this meant to be funny?
No, it's meant to inspire people to take their talents and maybe find something that they could do that they never thought of.
What happened?
I think I need a little more practice. I still have a lot of work to do.
All right. Ronald, it was a disaster of unbelievable proportions. Heidi, what did you think?
If Howie Mandel was here, he would love this.
Yeah, right?
But you're out of luck. You got to deal with us. He's not here.
Right.
Who are you guys? Why are you doing this?
It looks like they let out the mental institution and put him right on the stage.
It has to be said, plunges being thrown onto hairy guys' backs is definitely not up my alley.
Not sure it's necessary, but we're going to vote. Mel, how do you vote?
No.
Heidi?
No.
That's 3 no's. We won't be seeing you anywhere, anytime soon. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Don't ask me. I just work here.
I think if Howie would have been here, it would have energized things a little bit.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching this year's America's Got Talent. If you want to see more, all you got to do is click below and you could subscribe or see more. What will they think of next? This whole World Wide Web is fascinating. It is.
Now available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble is HRRY Jonson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951-born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.